Hello guys, in today's video I will show you how to obtain Let's Encrypt certificate using ACME Client on OPNsense. If you are new to channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you think my tutorial is helpful, don't forget to like and share it with your friend. Alright, so let's get started. So first thing, you need to change the .local domain right here. You need to change this to your actual domain name. So I'm going to go to System, and under Settings, under General, we're going to change this to our domain name. So my domain name is sysadmin102.tech. And from there you can change your time zone. As well, you can change your DNS servers. So do your custom DNS server. You can use different DNS server. I'm using the Quad 9 and Cloudflare DNS server. You can put in the IPv4 as well as IPv6 for the DNS server. But if you want to use the custom DNS server, make sure that you uncheck the DNS server options right here. By default, it's on. It allows DNS server list to be overridden by the DHCP on WAN. So basically, if this option is on, you basically using the DNS server provided by your ISP. Alright, and we're gonna save it. Alright, so next step, we're gonna try to log in using the new fully qualified domain name now. And because the certificate is a self-signed certificate, that's why you have the not secure icon right there. I'm gonna go to Advanced, and we're gonna accept the risk and continue. Okay. And next step, we're gonna install the ACME Client plugin. So I'm gonna tap in here, plugin. So for some reason, I don't understand why they call it it lists under firmware. I think it should be something similar, like software package management, or something like that. My first time using OPNsense, I tried to look for the plugin, and I was like, man, I can't find anything at all. But luckily they have a search box right here, which is really useful. Oh, can I click on it? One more. There we go. Alright, and at the first option, ACME Client, perfect. So you click on that add icon to install ACME Client. Alright. I'll wait for the status to refresh a little bit. Okay, it should be installed now. ACME. Nope, not yet. ACME. Try to refresh it. ACME. There we go. So I'm gonna open ACME setting, general. Forgot to click on it. So first thing, we're gonna go over to settings, and we're gonna enable the plugin, and we're gonna apply. I'm gonna go back to introductions. So this is one thing that I like about OPNsense compared to PFSense. PFSense, don't get me wrong, it's actually really good. I like it. I've been using PFSense for years. However, I think that PFSense is not that user friendly compared to OPNsense. OPNsense, it's a lot more user friendly for somebody just get started with networking. It have all the information, quick start guide within the GUI. You don't have to go look for the manual or info on Google. So that's one good thing about it. Alright, next we're gonna go over to accounts. So in order to register for the certificate, you have to have a certificate authority. So in order to do that, you have to have an account. So I'm gonna go in here and register for an account. So I'm gonna go to account, and we're gonna add a new account. and I'm just gonna call it sysadmin 102, and description is gonna be sysadmin 102. Email address, this is the email that you want to have notifications sent to that email. So in case that your certificate about to expire and it failed to renew, you will get the email notification said that, hey, your certificate about to expire, or if it failed to renew your certificate. Actually, .com. Okay, so ACME certificate authority. So here we have a few certificate authority. Bypass, Google, never use them, so I really don't know. Assuming it should be the same like Let Encrypt. Then you have SSL.com and Zero SSL. Personally, I haven't used SSL.com neither. I do use Zero SSL for some of my tutorial. Okay. So the difference between the test CA and the regular one, test CA, it have no limit on how many failure you can fail attempt you can have, but the regular one for Let Encrypt is 5 failures per account, per host name, and per hour. So if you try to figure it out, try to get it to work, and it failed 5 times, you have to wait an hour in order to issue or reissue the new certificate. So if you're not sure your configuration working or not, best thing we can do is use the test CA first. When the everything go through, pass the test, then we go ahead and change it to Let Encrypt. So we need to use the test CA first, and that's it. Everything else default. Next, we're gonna go to a challenge tab. So here we have 3 different, the DNS -01, HTTP -01, and TLS AOPN -01. The first one is the refer options, because you can issue a certificate while certificate. For those you don't know what while certificate is, so if you have a host name and you only issue the certificate for the domain name, you still gonna have the same icon that is not secure up here. That because your host name, it doesn't match the certificate. You have to issue the certificate that have your host name dot your domain name in it. It's not convenient when you have like multiple host name within your domain. So the best way is to use the while certificate. What you do is you substitute that host name with a star, and you know, anything come before it's gonna be substituted with that star, it's gonna work, and you won't see the unsecure icon here anymore. So when you go ahead and do that, and also if you use TLS, port 80 have to be open, which a lot of ISP they lock port 80 and 443, so make it difficult to use TLS. Alright, so I'm gonna go to challenge tabs. We're gonna add a new one, and this one is gonna be our domain name, sysadmin102.tech. Description, sysadmin102. Okay. And right here, the DNS service, I'm using Cloud DNS for my DNS service. And Authent ID, or you know, username, password, Authent password, what have you. This thing is provided in your by your DNS service. So if you log in your DNS service, the information should be available somewhere in there. So 9402. Alright, so next, before we create a certificate, we're gonna go down to automations. So in order to you know, reload with a new certificate or distribute the certificate to other hosts using like the SFTP SSH protocol, you have to set automations. So after it issue or reissue the certificate, it will run the script and, you know, automatically push the certificate or reload the web UI. So I'm gonna add a new one. I'm gonna call it reload web UI. You can put in the description, or you can leave it blank, it doesn't matter. So right here, restart web UI, and if you have all the you can create a new one if you would like to use the other options. Alright, and we're gonna go back to certificate. We're gonna go to certificate again, and we're gonna add a new one. So common name, gonna be your domain name, sysadmin102.tech. Description, sysadmin102. And alternate name, you're gonna use I'm gonna create the wild certificate for this one. Again, if you're using a DNS validations, then you can use the wildcard certificate. If you do not use a DNS validations, then you cannot use it. Alright, so a star, then dot sysadmin102.tech. Alright, make sure everything spelling is good. Okay, and I keep everything at default option except for automations. I'm gonna add in there reload web UI. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and save it. Okay, and with that, we're gonna issue the new certificate to see if it works. There you go. So everything works in the background. On PFSync, it actually have a verbal dialogue to tell you like all the steps that it's running through. This one, it keeps everything in the background. However, you can check to see if there is any issue with it by going to the log file, and you're gonna go to ACME log. And right now it's adding the text record challenge to my DNS server. I'll refresh it. Okay, so it added successful. So if it failed to add the text record, most likely you have a wrong username, or it will let you know that you have a wrong username in there as well. Alright, now download certificate. Alright, look like everything is good. Let's go back to certificate. And yes, it's already have a new certificate. However, this is a test certificate. It's not really a validated certificate. So we're gonna go back to challenge. Actually, I think it's under account. Yeah, it is under account. And in here, we're gonna change the test CA to the actual CA. So I'm gonna change it to the default option. Let encrypt. Save it. And we're gonna go back to certificate, and we're gonna reissue it with the actual certificate this time, not the test one. And yes. Okay, and we can monitor it under the log file. Alright, so look like we have a new certificate issue now. Next step, we're gonna go to system, and we're gonna go to settings, and under administration, we should have two new certificate in here, or one. Okay, so I'm gonna select that one, and we're gonna save it. Alright, and as you see right here, the connection is secure right now, and you click on there, and you click it verified by let encrypt, and you click on more informations, and you view the certificate. Noted that this certificate have a wildcard certificate. That's why it doesn't have the not secure icon anymore. Have you not doing a wildcard certificate, you would have to manually add the host name in there, which is opsin.sysadmin123.tech. Otherwise, you can have the non-secure icon right here in your web browsers. And that's it for today's tutorial. If you think my tutorial is helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, and if you want to support my channel, there is a Amazon affiliated link on the bottom, which I added all the items that I use for my server at home or my networking. If you purchase the affiliated link, I will get a small commission, help me grow my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye bye.